Okay, guys, I know that it looks like I haven't done a whole lot. One of the reasons is I haven't really been able to play. People have lives. I've only been able to do it for a little bit here and there, which is okay. The big thing you want to do is be able to get on and claim those dailies to keep that streak up. So here's our daily again. And I know it also looks like I'm depending a lot on the dailies, and part of that reason is because I haven't been able to grind or explore or things of that nature, and hopefully we can get a little bit more done today. Somewhere in here. Okay. Let's check out. As you saw, I just claimed my dailies. Let's get those bundles. Get me a little bit more money. And then we're going to check on the auction house. Did I see it? Did I have bundles left? 4 more to open. Okay. Because I didn't open them last time I checked it. And another rabbit spawner. It's going to come in handy. Okay. Now that I have a couple of rabbit spawners, we're going to just check our quests, see if there's anything I can do in the short amount of time I have to play. Kill 375 zombies. Harvest 480 wheat. I don't know if I see that happening with this farm, but definitely something that's... And 300 spiders. Well, I have this sword. Let's see. Where was that warp that I was going to? Was it cheap? This is why you guys should write it down. Definitely should write things down. Well, this wasn't the warp that I was planning. Yeah, this wasn't the warp that I was planning on going to, but this will work. Okay, so what did it say? It said zombies and spiders, huh? Am I in my hunter job? I was digging out a hole for the base. And so I did have it in the miner. I hate the way that There we go. Hate the way that menu kind of jumps around. Zombie, where are ya? Give me every mob but zombie. I know I am also picking up some other junk. I'm not too super concerned about it. I might need it for some other stuff, or I might just throw it in a shop and sell it. Where did my sword go? Well, that's something that's never happened to me before. I am so glad that was a champion sword. Okay. Nice time for me to cut over and show you guys the brand new item return policy on this server. Okay. So, I've never had an item disappear on me before. But with our new item return policy, guess what? You ain't getting that back, even though I don't think I did anything. But they like to call things server error. So I am going to warn you. It's one of the number one reasons why I don't really like to put money into this server. And yes, I play here, but it's easy. I don't. Oh, that's just black. I don't have to do any like bedrock together or anything like that. Okay, well, all that time spent grinding for that stinking thing. Okay. We're just going to throw all that in there, and then we got ourselves some money now. We'll go about it this way. Oh, hey, my gold blocks must have sold. Yay! Okay. Filters. Weapons. Those are all vault items. I'm just looking for a basic. That's a bit much for a champion. And I see a bunch of them are selling for orbits. These crazy people. Okay, we'll do it this way. What I wanted to do was be able to just buy it off of auction house and not have to bebop around to a whole bunch of city warps. Apparently that's not what's going to happen. I have never had an item disappear on me. That was very annoying. Okay, so on my main account, I have a couple of vaults. They're precious and dear to me. And like I said, I've never really had anything disappear, but I am usually super crazy cautious and take it out of my hotbar whenever I open up a menu. Although I have never had that happen. So to tell you a story, one of them is my Victory Goddess pickaxe, and I carry that one on my main all the time. I did accidentally put it up on the auction house once. And so now, anytime I open a menu, anytime I go to the auction house, I make sure that is nowhere near my hotbar. And for that exact reason, because I do not want it happening again. Now, this one, I don't even think I dropped it. it would have been right there on the ground and well, and with my inventory full of all this junk. I mean, I guess I didn't pick it up. That was just so odd. Kind of annoying too, because it set us back. What did it set us back? Like 30 bucks, 30K or something? And yes, when I'm not paying attention, you will catch me just sitting here spam clicking because I'm not thinking about it or watching the cooldown bar. So something to notice, because I am in my hunter job, I am getting both money and I am getting XP. You see that at the top of the screen. I should note that the XP at the top is different from the XP that you get in your hotbar down at the bottom. It's not the little XP orbs. So when you're doing a job, let's say like a good example would be your digger job, where you're doing a task that's not going to give you those XP orbs, and you have a shovel and you want to mend your shovel, your job XP does not go towards mending or anything. It strictly goes towards leveling up your job. I know grinding spiders would be better. I just happen to keep seeing zombies. Hopefully we could do both. So we take the sword out of our hotbar. Take a look at our quests. Put sword back in hotbar. That's going to be annoying. Usually I'm on an empty space. I could have just moved over here and done it. I have seen that happen to someone. And it will be things like opening chat, logging off and logging back on. It's kind of annoying, really. That's a very important bug when you got items that you pay money for in the server. Okay, guys, I am back. We're going to see what I did. I did do the zombie one. I only spent about an hour this session because I got some stuff I got to do today. I did get all of the zombies. The spawners there spawned spiders very slowly. So I was only able to get 91 spiders. One of the things that contributed to it was there was a spider that kept spawning outside of the area that I had permissions to kill in, and because he was sitting there, then some of the other zombies wouldn't spawn, so that did cause an issue. It did make it slow, but I got a lot of stuff. I've been taking the meat that I have been getting, any of the raw meat, throwing it in here so that it will smelt. Not that I really need all that cooked meat, but again, we are hoarding XP in order to mend our tools a little later. So we are doing that. I've also kind of sort of organized, not really, my chests here. Raw. I have a chest here for this is junk that I'm going to sell with the sell wand. I'm going to wait until that gets kind of full. I do want to keep some of these items. I'll probably go through this a little bit better because I have a lot of stuff that I don't really need. But there are some things that I do want to keep. I could probably save space by making some of these into blocks. Where'd that pork chop go? I don't want no stinking pork chops. We'll throw it in here. Okay. So we did that. I haven't done a floor yet because I want to get a different block. I don't want to use stone and don't have a whole lot of any one block. I've been digging out down here using my miner, and that's going to become another part of the base. So I've been doing that for the miner job. As you saw, I couldn't get very far with my wheat just yet. Give me that. We'll get some more on this wheat farm going. It's going to be slow. But then the next time that quest comes up, it'll be a lot quicker. What else do we have going on for today? Something that I noticed, we're going to go back to that warp really quick. I wanted to show you guys something. And we'll do it a little later when I get a chance to go through those chests. It is a bit of a grind, I will tell you that. Okay, so that's the jobs. Sell loot from mobs in chest shops for more money. So as you kill mobs, you're going to get loot. And this guy over here has these buy shops for items that you get from mob drops. Now, you can make money by selling it back, but something you do want to look at is, let's just say, Magma Cream, for example. He's buying it for 10. If we're talking about making money, you want to look at shop. What does the server buy it for? Where is... Okay, so the server will buy Magma Cream for 9.8. So I can sell it back to the server for 9.8, or I could come over here to this guy and sell it to him for 10. So I'm making 20 cents more on that drop. And these are things that you want to look at. So blaze rods, he's only buying 3. He does not buying blaze rods. Okay, so spider eyes. Again, he's buying it for 10 from me if I had spider eyes. Or you could sell it back to the server shop for 2.2. So if I have a bunch of spider eyes, I'm going to be making $8 more by selling it back to the player. So something to look at and think about when you are selling items. The other thing is I only did it to do the quest. If I wanted to grind for just money, okay, let's just say I want to do my hunter job. I want to go to the public farm. I want to kill mobs for money. Something you want to keep in mind is take a look at here and what can I sell back for the most amount of money. So, for example, here a blaze rod will sell back for 12.5. Gunpowder will sell back for 15. You want to go through here and you want to compare prices and see which ones, are worth more or less. Breeze rods are 16. So using your hunter job on the breeze is a good idea. You also want to take a look at your jobs, because if we're talking about me leveling up my job, let's go take a look at that breeze rod. So every item gives you money and XP. So when we're talking about that breeze, where is he? Okay, so job-wise, he doesn't give a whole lot of XP. He gives 0.5 XP and 3.1. But this also goes up as your job goes up. If I decided to kill the glow squid will level up my job faster because I'm getting 0.75 XP. We don't really have a sniffer spawner. I mean, He will level it up faster, but I don't want to go around killing sniffers. Zoglins are another one. Let's see. I'm trying to find one that might have a spawner associated with it. Okay, piglins. Piglins are a good one. Piglins and iron golem here. Those are good for leveling up your job. Endermans are another. So piglins, golems, and enderman. If I want to increase my hunter job XP. Things to keep in mind when you're selecting what mob I want to grind at. Today I just did the zombies, and that's only because I had the quest for it. I didn't do it so much to level up my job as more so I was focusing on the quest. That's one of the ways, and we're slowly getting there. Someday I will be able to buy decent tools. Oh, that's a raw rabbit. We'll throw him in there. Again, smelting stuff for XP to mend my tools later. We are going to be making this guy so much better once we get our base built a bit. Alrighty. Every time you join, you got yourself a list of chores to do. Claim your rewards. Check your giveaways. Sign up for those. Check your auction house if you're running any auctions. Don't have any auctions. I think the gold block auction that we were running has sold. And we are going to have to get ourselves some more things to sell in auction at some point. Expand our farm. Switch our jobs. So what I'm doing here is I'm digging out part of our base. I'm going to need blocks for sorry, you will find I can't always type and do stuff. I'm going to need blocks for building, and I'm also going to need money, so I want to make sure I'm in the job for my money. Definitely should check our quests. Birch logs. 1,500 dirt. We could do the dirt one, I think. I was going to dig out our bit. Do we have a shovel? Watch we not have a shovel. It's not going to take us long, and plus we are definitely going to need some dirt for when we get our farms going, so might as well do it now. Okay. Off to Resource World for that. That's too funny. I need dirt, not terracotta. Sand. Okay, there's a 5-minute cooldown. I guess we won't do that for right now. You know what, guys? I forgot to check our weekly quests, and this week they just reset on. That would have been like Sunday night. We have to mine 20,000 stone blocks in order to get this quest done. That would come in handy. And plus, I am busy digging out a hole for our base. So we are definitely going to try that. I got a couple of iron pickaxes here that I'm burning through. And then after that, we are going to go bebop around some more and try to find some shops on our quest to get ourselves some actual tools. Okay, so we burned through that pickaxe. We are going to check our bundles. I think I claimed my daily and we got a couple that we can open. Money's good, money's good. Chunk hopper. Ooh, 50,000. That's nice, that's nice. One more, okay. Alrighty, let's put that chunk hopper in there with the other ones. We are sitting at 260,000. Let's check auction house and see if we can find any pickaxes. We want tools. Ooh, 5 mil for a trench. We can get these out of our dailies, and you can catch those at pawn. I do see that champion pickaxe. I'm looking to see if maybe we have... That is a huge difference. We'll go with this champion for now. Now that I got a decent pickaxe, back to the hole. It's going to make this so much faster. Now we have a couple of things going for us right now. We have the quest wants us to mine so many stone blocks. We're going to be doing that while we're digging out our farm. We are in our digger job, our miner job. So we're going to get the money and XP for that. And if I wanted to, I could sell these blocks back to the block shop, or I could find a player's shop that might be buying cobble. They don't typically buy cobble, but there might be one out there. There is part of my 4-chunk base. Look at all the blocks that I got. Let's check on that quest. I've already mined 1,000 stone, and while I'm down here, there is some dirt, so that's 305 dirt. My pickaxe isn't doing too bad. Another thing that we should do, let's see. I gotta empty out my inventory, but before I do that, let's check out the orders in auction house, see if anybody is looking for anything I might have. Oh, look at that. That guy wants 194 cobble. Now, he's paying 5 each. Let's look at our shop. So we would make more money selling it back to that guy at the auction house. And trust me, we're going to come up with more than enough cobble, so sure, why not? Order fulfilled successfully. Wish you told me how much money I got from that. Let's put our blocks away. Shove more stuff in our furnace. How are we doing? Oh, we still got quite a bit to go. Back downstairs we go. Oh, wait. Gotta check on my wheat. should be in the farmer job while I do this, but to be honest, there's only like 5 blocks, so I will wait until our farm gets bigger. I have a plan. Now back down and we go to mine some more. Oh, I'm gonna need to make torches. Might as well make them while I'm up here. Could have sworn I saw sticks. There we go. Okay, now we go back down. Okay, so we are slowly building along. Look, I got ourselves a floor. I didn't want to do it out of cobblestone. It was just too, I don't know, too basic. Wanted to do something a little different. I am starting to clear ourselves out an area to put some farms down here. I do have the borders on, which is really nice for when I'm digging it all out. This is only a 4-chunk base, and there is a reason why I am keeping it small, because I do plan on later throwing it up on real estate. And we could talk a little bit more about that later, but the player will need free claims in order to buy it. So I'm trying to keep it small so that, you know, the majority of players can have it. I don't want to do like a massive 25 chunk claim, or, you know, this massive city and then you have to have 25 free chunks. You might not want 25 free chunks. I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to put the farms down here. I am in my miner job while I'm digging that out. I got a few other things going on. I threw some cobble over here into the smelter for stone so I can make some bricks. I'm cooking whatever food that I can. I'm attempting to finish this quest. I'm already a 10th of the way done. Now, you can't do all quests every day, obviously, because it just kind of depends on what you have and what's available. As you saw, I kind of skipped a few quests in the beginning. I did complete the couple of quests that were earlier with the spiders and the what was the other one? It was kill the spiders and kill the, there was something else I had to kill. I did complete those. Unfortunately, I wasn't recording when I completed it. I was yapping to my daughter and totally forgot to record it because I didn't want to record our conversation. So that got us a little bit of money. When I finish this is going to get us some money. Should find something to throw up on Auction House. Never hurts to keep auctions running, and then also watching the chat to see if whatever I put up on Auction House sells. I don't know what I would stick up on Auction House right now. I want to keep. I don't have a lot of. I don't have a whole lot of anything right now, really, or a whole lot of food. So we'll just go with this. Something will be better than nothing for the moment. I do have some bamboo growing, so I made some trapdoors. We're gonna get ourselves a little border and like a little gate and stuff around this place, so the zombies won't bother us. I could go with lots of different ways down. I am going with stairs just to make my life easier. If I see a villager, if I see a pet and I want to bring them down, they're easier with stairs, my personal preference. The other option would be, I don't know, if there was some large opening, I could probably use, say, like a boat and a lead or something. But I'm staying away from water elevators and stuff that I normally like to use, only because as a free-to-play player, getting your hands on mob nets are kind of difficult. Mob nets you can find over in the store here. You can go under orbits. You can go over to miscellaneous. And down here you will find mob nets. It's a one-time use item. It does cost 50 orbits. But if I am somewhere, I don't know, resource world or something, and I see a pet that I can't bring back by normal means, I can use the mob net to bring it back. Since I'm a free-to-play player, you see I don't have a whole lot of orbits, so we're going with stairs. That's how that judgment call was made. I don't have to mess with ladders or anything like that. We are going to be putting on walls on here. Something to think about when you're making an underground base and you don't want people accidentally tunneling into your base. Do not build your walls with like stone, cobblestone. There is a trench pickaxe in this game, and if they hit the block on the outside of the claim, it will mine out a chunk inside the claim. Not a chunk. Depends on the trench. If it's a 3x3, it'll mine out a 3x3 area inside the claim. The furthest they could get in, really, it would be like to there, just 2 blocks in. But depending on how you have your base set up, that is enough to get a hole to get them down in here. If they chose to go into your super secret area, that's why I'm mining out to the borders, and then I'm going to put some sort of wall that a trench cannot mine. If you're going to be using like cobblestone, you want the polished version of the andesite, the polished version of the granite, the polished dorite, or like stone brick, mossy stone brick, things like that, because a trench pickaxe can do andesite, diorite, granite, stone. I believe it can do cobblestone. Not 100% sure on that one. Deep slate, blackstone, those types of blocks. I think there's a few others that I can't think of off the top of my head. Tuft, I believe prismarine, not the prismarine bricks, just the prismarine. It can mine. So I'm going to stay away from those types of blocks for my walls. Well, chugging along. Not doing too bad, but I just broke my 3rd iron shovel. Let's pop on Auction House and see. We want a filter, a weapon. No, wait, I don't want a weapon. So I already have the weapon selected, so let's unselect that and then go back to filter. We want a tool. Don't know what I was thinking. Demi shovel. Yes, of course, a demi shovel. Oh, that's going to be so nice. Look at that. Just like butter. Probably should have gotten me a demi pickaxe, but that's okay, that's okay. Later. Where are we sitting on our quests? 4,000 blocks. A quarter of the way there. Alrighty, I have been digging and digging that hole, and I still have a bit on my pickaxe, but it's getting kind of low, so let's mend it. This is how this works. You know what? Oh, you don't have mending on you anyway. Doesn't matter. Okay. So we're going to shut this off. You go into the furnace. This item will not fall into the hopper now. And then I pull it out. Almost a brand new pickaxe. Am definitely going to have to go get me some more fuel. Yeah, I think we'll pop over on that to that public mob farm that we've been going to and go get some more fuel. Okay. Make sure, remember, next job, miner, leave, back, hunter, join, teleport, city warp, cold. Don't hit me. Ha ha. I escape. Escape. If he would have hit me while I was teleported, it would have canceled it. Okay. Lazy boys, where are you? For 20 blazes up there and you don't have a 1 on the ground. Kind of funny. Okay. Get ourselves some blaze rods. Alrighty, so I have been mining for quite a bit, and I wanted to see how far along I was on this quest. And I took a look, and wouldn't you know, my daily has reset, and one of my dailies is also to mine 2,000 stone. So I'm already down here digging. I'll be honest, getting kind of bored of the grind. But I guess I will do another 2,000 just to get this daily out of the way for sure. Now, the nice thing with the weekly is that I do have the entire week to do it in, so I don't have to finish it today. It does run for 7 days. However, this daily does not, and I do have to finish the daily within the next 24 hours. So I will get $27,000 for it, plus whatever money I make off my mining job, and it does help level up my mining job. Granted, not very fast, but it does level up my mining job, and the longer that I work at it, the higher that it is, the more each block is going to be worth. Also, don't forget to keep throwing stuff in my smelter so I can mend my pickaxe. That was the whole point behind the pickaxe and building the smelter. I will definitely be moving all of the stuff that's in the yard once I get down here all settled. This floor is not going to be for the smelter, and it's not going to be for the chests. Those chests in the yard, I'll tell you, when I'm done, it's going to end up looking like that yard sale yard with the 50 cars that don't run, you know? Got all the junk out in the yard. That's my house right now. I have one of those houses, you know? Don't worry, I got good intentions. I'll clean it up eventually. In the meantime, just keep working on this stone. I almost have this floor at the level I want. Almost. Not quite there yet. But we will get there. Okay. Look at that, guys. Finished the daily miner, 27,000. I still have... Oh, not even halfway there on the weekly. I'm so glad that's a weekly. We will definitely get that done. That money is going to come in handy. Working a little bit on making the house pretty. Okay, so it's not a house. It's still a floor. It has a floor. didn't have a floor before, now it has a floor. I think. Yeah, I thought we were doing pretty good. Okay, we did the other one before. Let's do this one now. Ta-da! That's why I made that. I don't have to go grind at a mob farm. At least not for XP. Have a few other farms in mind. I'm over here stocking up on seeds. Okay. I just want to put the blocks away. Chest number 2. Okay. Well, we have a lot of blocks from mining. Let's take a quick look at orders. What do you guys think? 16 redstone blocks for 50 bucks a piece. I don't see anything here that's going to make us super rich. I do have some redstone blocks. Where did I do with them? Order filled successfully. Granted, not a lot of money, but tis be money. Okay. Iron, gold blocks, glowstone, glowing. We will definitely be getting ourselves a pumpkin farm at some point. Don't see anything too exciting there. Well, we are making our way. We are getting stuff done. Do feel I need to kind of apologize for the first couple of vids. I could not sit on here for a long period of time. So when you can't do that and you can't play, you just make sure to get on, claim those dailies. That way you don't lose that streak. And, you know, the rest is kind of dependent on what kind of time you had. I didn't want to take on any daily quest. One, I just didn't have the tools. But two, they just take more time than what I had. So I think that's all of it for today. Hope you join me for the next one. We still have a lot of different things to explore, but I got to get us a couple of decent farms set up in order for us to have some sort of money coming in. Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit just about the item return policy. As you can see on the MPVP website, this is in the suggestions. There were a lot of concerns with the players, and they were very upset over it. They pay real money for the items, and they have absolutely no return policy and no accountability on the server. They voice their opinions out to pizza. Things like the server should have some sort of responsibility to guard against bugs, against items being deleted, and it just kind of felt like it was, you know, whatever, thanks for the money, have a nice day type attitude about that. And so in response, Pizza had made an announcement in response to all of the players' dissatisfaction with that choice. Pizza came into the Discord and he did make an announcement, and he said that we heard your guys' feedback and outrage over the recent rule change on the reimbursed items, and he had an hour-long meeting with his devs and management, and there should not be any bugs that can delete items to begin with. And I totally agree with him. It is unacceptable and not something that I will allow to happen on my servers. Now, I do commend him for doing this and going back on his rule and stating it. On the other hand, a lot of these bugs have been around for a while, and a lot of it happens to different players for a variety of reasons. So I feel like I'm gonna say this to make you happy, but I feel like he's known about it. It's been here. He says, I've directed my team to immediately and swiftly fix any bugs that can cause items that will be lost. On top of that, we will reverse the guidance and issue reimbursements for items only lost to verify bugs, which is also something that I pushed while I was staff. And apparently it caused a lot of issues with staff. But I will always was on the player side. I will say though, as staff, when I voiced my concerns, it was not to Pizza very often, but I kind of find it hard to believe that he missed any of my comments. But okay. We will still not reimburse for scamming, as we have caught most people abusing this due to spawning new items into the economy. That has happened, unfortunately, so they have had to buckle down and be extra strict on that. And any player who tries to abuse this reimbursement system by faking a bug will be IP banned permanently without a chance for appeal. If you had a ticket for non-reimbursement, please resubmit. So these are more, I think what he's talking about is more server-wide bugs. You know, I don't know. I'm just going to make some stuff up. But like, let's say everybody gets on one day and all your ender chests are wiped. Obviously, it's a bug. It's affecting more than one player. It's not just some random thing that I did, and in which cases, you know, you would put a ticket in and get reimbursed. It is beneficial for you to screenshot your important things, screenshot your vaults, screenshot, you know, your items. You know, they want proof that, oh, did you actually even have that item? What was the enchants on it? They don't want to be coming to me and giving me a max pickaxe, you know, something better than what I had. So they're going to want to know these things. Yeah, so I mean, it's nice to see that it got fixed. Hopefully all of your items stay safe, but it is kind of nice to know that at least he's listening and attempting. And you know, you also got to take into consideration that there's players that are going to abuse the system, so they can't be like, oh, you lost stuff? Okay, here you go. And then they're spawning in a bunch of duplicates and stuff and limited items into the game that should not be in the game. So, of course, they have to guard against that. Alrighty, well, I hope you are liking my videos. And just because I brought it up, I wanted to tell you about it. So, have a nice day. Bye.